All right, this is my reflection for the Google section. My thoughts on all the Google, like the units 3 and 4 that we did. Um, I think it was really good information. I mean, obviously, there's things that I'm already comfortable with. Like I already know, I mean, I utilize, I don't know everything, but I utilize, Sheets, slides, all of it, like Google Docs, Google Drive. I use all that already pretty much daily. Anytime I have an assignment in a class, that's 90% of what I'm going to choose to use. Um, I did not know about Google Classroom, so I didn't know, that you were able to distribute information and make parent rosters and student rosters and do assignments on Google that way. I didn't know that was an option. I think it's a really cool option because, like, if my stuff's already on my drive, I can just transfer it. I think Google is one great big thing that's really handy because it's all right there. All of your information is already together, and you don't have to worry about going and finding it and converting it and putting it somewhere else. Um, yeah, and I've even used like the Google Forms and responses, so going through that was all very familiar. At my last school, we had to do a lot of those. I'm not sure why. I did like that it's free, but you need the G Suite for Education, which I'm not actually sure, like, if my school that I went to, like my high school, had that. I don't believe we did. I think it's something that a lot of schools should look into because I think Google is so versatile, and since the rest of their things are free to students, parents, and teachers, that is definitely something that should be looked at. I think I would love to be Google certified, like a Google certified teacher, just because they offer so many different things and so many different ways to do things. I think it's very good. I think it's just going to take time to go through the process of that. I think that if you are a Google certified teacher, it does make you a better applicant because they're gonna look at, oh, you have this knowledge, we can utilize your knowledge in other places in the school and within classrooms and things. That was Unit 3. For Unit 4, I my main email is a Gmail. My friends and I use Hangouts and groups all the time. We all have Samsung phones, so it's like our main way of communication half the time. I didn't know about Learning Center or Google Sites. Learning Center just ties back to G Suite, which I could read more on. I just know that it's the way to get the school to have the entirety of Google's programs available to everyone. Google Sites I didn't actually know about until this last semester. I've never used it. I don't know how it works very well, so I messed around with it a little bit. And if you click create, it goes to create title screen. So then it looks like a presentation, but it's a site. I have a professor who that's how he gets our notes out. He makes a site for the whole semester, and it becomes more of a you can go through tabs on a website for what help you need, which is really helpful. And I really liked that. So I think that would be something I could utilize in my own classroom if it came down to it. Um, my experience working with Google Slides, I made a slideshow for my husband about music theory, something he knows nothing about, and I just did a basic one, a few slides. Um, I have no problems using it because that's what I normally use. I think the advantages are that all of your stuff is stored in a cloud. You don't have to go through and make sure you click uh, Apple S or Command Save or whatever every time and worry about losing it if your laptop dies, if it comes unplugged, if something happens, since Google's constantly saving that progress for you. I think that's very helpful. Disadvantages, I think that Google has a lot of features, but sometimes if you can't find a feature, you Google your problem and you find out that Google Slides doesn't have that. But PowerPoint does, Excel does, uh, Pixel, a lot of things like that. They will have those features, and I think that's a disadvantage of Google is not having quite the access to features on those as you need. But it is a free program that everybody can access regardless of if they have a PC, if they have a Mac, if they're at home, if they're somewhere else. It's just very open to everyone.